Hey, what's up, guys? Today I wanted to talk about how being delusional is better than blackpilling. What I'm trying to get at is that your perspective on how life is makes your world. I went down the rabbit hole of blackpilling YouTubers, and one thing they have in common is how miserable they view life and existence. I believe that society as a whole places a standard on us, whether it is beauty, height, status, and so on. But even when that standard is placed on us, how we choose to view that can affect our lives in positive or negative ways. An example I'll give is with an ugly person. People tend to treat ugly people poorly, whether it is in love or social games. Ugly people get the short end of the stick, and that is an objective truth. Now, if we go into the perspective of the ugly person, they'd be justified in believing the black pill, but would that help them in their current situation? When life tells you that you are ugly, that's what life is telling you. But should that mean you should take it lying down? Absolutely not. I'm pretty much trying to say that even if the world tells you that you're ugly, you should still love yourself in all your ugliness. Even if it's the truth, you should be delusional in loving yourself. I don't want to dismiss people's feelings and tell them to just go to the gym or a stupid line like that. It'd be devastating to live every day knowing people subconsciously don't like you because of your looks. The question the individual would have to ask is, how much do I place value on being attractive and well liked? This also intertwines with wealth and status. How much do you place value on those things? If a person who is ugly can forgo these symbols of the game of life, I think that is when they can truly be free of the black pill. I say this because the notion of the black pill comes from believing that looks, wealth, and status are all that matter. Falling to the black pill is not being able to obtain these goals in your own lives, when instead a wise person would reject these ideas, knowing that they haven't received anything valuable by following that standard. Pretty much, if you realize you cannot attain looks, stuff such as wealth and status shouldn't be as valuable to you then. Because when you try to make up for the lack of looks through wealth and status, you become delusional in what you are in life. That is just what I believe. For me, the black pill was a tempting idea to fall under. When I was in high school, I felt undesired because girls wouldn't want me or look my way. But what I couldn't see was who I was at the time. That kid back then didn't deserve a relationship. That kid used porn, video games, and drugs to cope with his confusing life. And I'm not hating on video games. I'm just it the way I played video games back then was unhealthy. It wasn't I didn't use video games I used video games as a source of fun, but as also as a coping mechanism. I think when you play video games, it should be that your life is in order. No wonder I was blackpilled when the things I was doing was making me less of a human. Once I was able to release myself of those copes and figure myself out, I can now say I deserve a relationship and actively seek one out. I want to close out by saying that if you fall to the black pill, I don't blame you, but ask yourself, how much do I want to hate myself even though I know other people already don't like me? The world is already against you, brother. Don't be your own worst enemy, and stay safe.